So the reason why you're not losing weight at all has nothing to do with your routine workout that you do, whether you're jogging, whether you hit the gym or everything. Look, so many people hit the gym or go out for all these physical activities, but they burn a lot of calories, they burn that energy. You feel so proud of yourself because you've made it and you've kept the discipline. But then here is what happens. At the end of the day, you feel so exhausted. And then you also feel like you need to appreciate yourself for how much you have really worked to keep yourself for that. And probably at the end of the day, you're feeling hungry, and then you get yourself to grab something to eat. And that is where now the problem comes back. You might pick up a burger, you might pick up some juice, maybe a smoothie, and whatever snack you take, maybe just a little snack that you've taken in. You realize maybe you burned 500 kilocalories, but then the moment you get a chance to eat, it's a battle with the food. No jokes with it. So that way, that's how you just gain back everything you ate, even with a profit or an extra to that. Now in today's video, we are going to break down what you call energy balance. With this energy balance, once you understand, you put your weight loss plan or weight loss journey just perfectly. Meaning, by mere understanding of this, you're good to go. You should know that the journey to weight loss does not just start by you doing the work, but then it starts by understanding what exactly you need to do before you step into the action. So here is a breakdown of exactly what you should do and an understanding of what a concept of energy balance is and how you can use it to benefit yourself in your weight loss journey. Or maybe if you also want to gain weight, it can really help you that you can gain it very fast and in an easy way without having to go through a lot of stress. So energy balance is just a very simple concept here. Let's look at it this way. Energy balance is just the concept that brings to you the balance between, or the relationship between, what you consume, that's simply what you take into your body, versus what you take out. Now when we say what you take into your body here, we mean whatsoever you take through the foods that you eat, be it the sugar that you have added to your tea, maybe the one that you have added to your juices and smoothies, and let's say maybe foods that contain carbohydrates or sugars, your posho, your rice, and all that, your energy giving foods, versus energy burnout, or how much you take out of your body. Meaning this can be through the metabolism, how much your body utilizes that food during breakdown so that they can use it in the body. Secondly, how much of that you use maybe for working, or maybe how much of the physical activity you do. So that is basically what you call energy balance. It gives us that. But the understanding of this brings you to 3 possible states in your body as you eat. One is that you can be in an energy deficit, meaning you've consumed in little, but then you've used more. And this is the concept that helps someone to lose weight. We will get to that later in this same video. And then for those that are in energy or the calorie surplus, meaning you have consumed in a little bit more, or even more than not just little, but then you burn a little. An example can be a secretary in the office. You go and sit in a sofa seat or a seat just as comfortable as this that I'm seated on. During breakfast, you take in some heavy meal. You've never done anything. Still, lunch comes, you clear the same thing. Evening tea comes, you do the same. Then in the evening, after work, you drive home. And there you are, seated comfortably in the sofa set, watching TV, maybe the news or whatsoever show that you love. And then before you know it, supper comes, you eat and then go to sleep. You literally did nothing that requires a lot of energy, but then you've consumed enough that puts your body in a state of energy surplus, meaning your body is really saying there is a lot in here that is not in use actually. So that's how you end up gaining weight, because your body will start converting the excess energy into the fats, and then at the end of it, it will be deposited in other body parts inside your organs, in the subcutaneous fats under your skin, and you find yourself gaining weight, developing that potty belly, and then you start hating your body shape. Then there's also the last stage where you are just in a balance, meaning the energy you take in is just literally the same as the energy you take out. You eat well, balance your food without workouts or physical activity. So literally there is no deficit, there is no surplus that you have. These are the 3 states, and the understanding of these key things is the one that brings you down to understanding on how you can easily lose weight or gain weight, or maybe maintain your figure the way it is if you already love it. Okay, now for those that want to lose weight, let's look at it in this way. You do your physical activity, you burn, let's say, about 700 kilocalories, for example, and then after that exercise, you've really tried so hard and your body feels like I'm tired. And then you feel like you should reward yourself, and then before you know it, you're already eating an ice cream or maybe some heavy meal later in the evening. Before you know it, you're no longer in a deficit. You've burned like up to 700 kilocalories, but then you end up eating foods that is quite equivalent to up to around 800 or 900 kilocalories, or maybe even 1000. You realize that if you do the math, whatever you've burned and whatever you've added back really doesn't bring you into any other deficit. So definitely, if you want to lose weight, make sure that what you eat is kind of restricted to a low calorie foods. We'll discuss on some of these examples later in this same video. And so far, if you love this and you've reached here, please hit the subscribe button and hit that like button. And thank you very much. For those that really want to gain weight, it's a simple thing. Now you just have to reverse the concept I've just talked about for those that who want to lose weight. For your case, do your physical activity just for fitness and have enough of the foods. Increase your calorie intake and have more of these foods that you need to add on your energy. So this will help you basically increase the amount of energy that is staying surplus in your body, and your body continues depositing them, and then you need to increase on other foods like the protein foods so that they start building up your muscles. And that is basically how you end up gaining a healthy weight. So that is basically how it is. But then if you want to maintain, then keep yourself. Do the exercise, eat some amount of calories, or eat some good carbohydrates that can help you maintain that. But do not eat an excess amount of food that will definitely affect you and lead you into an excess or that surplus that we have talked about in this particular video. So now here is what exactly most of the people do not understand. That physical activity is not only what accounts for the biggest energy burnout. You need to realize that fasting, you also use some of this energy during metabolism. You use also some energy as you're walking around in the office, maybe when you're home, you're doing house chores. That's all ways of burning energy. It's what you call the unconscious exercise. You just don't know that you're doing exercise, but possibly you're burning out some energy. It's not considered as an intense kind of physical activity. But there's something you need to know also. An intense physical activity is one of the things that can trigger you into what you call the reward eating. That kind of feeling that you say, I've tried my best, I've really exercised enough, wow, let me get myself something so good and beautiful to eat, appetizing. And then you find yourself back into the foods that still help you replenish back the energy that you already burnt out. Then before you know it, you've done no work at all. So that is basically the energy loss. Diet is so key in understanding how you can easily lose your weight. You may not need to do some of this intense physical activity just in the name of losing weight. You just need to master your diet, understand the concept of energy balance, and then you're good to go. Here is what works for you. For those that want to lose fats or wants to lose your weight, first thing you need to track on your diet. What have you been eating all these days along as you're trying to lose your weight? Second, go in for smaller deficits. So you do not say that, okay, fine, I want to reduce my deficit, that I want to reduce it and maybe burn out like 700 kilocalories, and then I add back, I only eat like 200 kilocalories. That may not be healthy for you. Trust me, you will find yourself with some problems, and it's not easy to keep up with that kind of weight loss. That will be like a quick fix, but then you need something that is sustainable and easy to do. Then finally, avoid what you call the eat back. Just try to reduce on how much you reward yourself with those unhealthy foods. I can only recommend you maybe that after your physical activity, get some fruits instead of going for ice cream. So if this video has helped you understand why your weight has not been changing, then you've unlocked yourself the biggest truth to controlling your weight. So remember, calorie control is just everything. Take charge, control your weight. Whether you want to lose your weight, gain muscles, or even maintain your weight, calorie balance is just everything. And if you have finally understood the concept of energy balance, comment balance in the comment section so that I can definitely know that somebody have gotten the concept here. So key. And most importantly, subscribe to this YouTube channel, because this is where I break down all the health and nutrition concepts in a way that is just so simple for you to understand and implement. So key takeaway, calorie balance is just everything. Fitness does not start by workout, it starts by you understanding. And now you understand, I expect you to go and start doing the right thing. See you in the next video.